Let me start by disqualifying myself. I run a business development firm. So when I answer the question, will AI SDRs replace outbound agencies, you should roll your eyes. Of course, the agency guy says the agency's safe. So I'm not going to say that, because part of the honest answer is that AI is about to wipe out a whole category of agency. And mine at one point was standing right in the blast radius. Here's the version nobody selling you an AI SDR and nobody running an agency wants to say out loud. Let me take you forward to the summer of 2027. And I'm going to be specific enough that you can screenshot this and hold me to it. By then, the fire your SDR team, hire an AI agent pitch has completely won. Running a dozen AI agents instead of a sales team is normal. Boring, even. But here's the twist nobody priced in back in 2025. The agencies that sold you cheap humans doing templated work are gone. Dead. And a different kind of firm is charging more than it ever has. Same question, two opposite endings. Let me tell you how we got there. Rewind to 2024. The pitch was intoxicating. Hire Alice. She prospects, writes, replies, and books meetings. She never sleeps, never asks for a raise, never quits at your event. 11x raised something like $74 million from the best VCs on earth. The AI SDR market blew past $4 billion. Enterprise teams running these agents in production went from 3% to 12 to over 40 in about 2 years. That part isn't hype, it's real and it's fast. And everybody declared the outbound agency model officially dead. Then reality showed up in two very different ways. First, the disasters. In March 2025, TechCrunch took 11x apart. Logos on the site that weren't real customers, revenue inflated by counting year-long contracts that quietly cancelled at 3 months, churn running 70 to 80%, one named customer saying the AI did worse than their own reps. And underneath the poster child, the same pattern everywhere, the month 3 cliff. Great meetings in month 1 and 2, then almost nothing by month 3. 50 grand gone. The domain reputation torch from hitting the whole market too fast. Half to 2/3 of these tools got cancelled inside a year. Gartner now expects 40% of these agent projects to be abandoned by the end of 2027. 40%. But here's the part I got wrong the first time I looked at this, and it's the more important half. Because at the same time, some people made it work. Really work. Jason Lemkin at SaaStar ran the honest experiment out loud. 3 people and a dog, 20 plus agents, 8 months. The result? $4.8 million in new pipeline sourced by the agents. 2.4 million in closed won revenue. Deal volume more than doubled. Win rates nearly doubled. And all of it additive. It didn't cannibalize a thing. So let's kill the lazy take right now. AI SDRs absolutely work. That is not the question anymore. Here's the question. Look at what it actually took to get those numbers. 2 of those 3 people, Lemkin and his AI chief, each spend 15 to 20 hours a week, every single week, babysitting the agents, not combined, each, checking them every morning, catching hallucinations, retraining. In his own words, the people become the bottleneck, not the machines. The tools can't be bought and left alone. They need deep, constant training, and the ones pretending to be self-serve don't work yet. And the emails only land because they hyper-segment. 100 to 500 contacts per campaign, never a 10,000 lead blast, and they start with warm, contextual lists, not cold. That is not fire your team and walk away. That is hiring a craftsman to run a machine shop. The machine is real, it just does not run itself. So let me be fair about what AI genuinely took, because it's a lot. The research, the list building, the enrichment, the first draft of an email, the follow-up, which humans always forget, the inbound, are you even a fit qualified? Gone to the machines, and it's not coming back. Ramp time for a new rep collapsed from almost 5 months to about 3 weeks. The email-only templated cadence SDR and the junior kid qualifying inbound leads, mostly extinct. If that was your agency, AI already replaced you, and I'm not going to pretend otherwise. But look at what it couldn't take, and it's exactly the list Sastar just showed us. Someone has to decide which 100 to 500 names out of 50,000 actually have a reason to buy. A signal isn't a reason. I saw you just lost your VP of sales only lands because a human knew why that mattered. Deliverability, my world, punishes scale without judgment, automate blindly, and you torch your own domains faster. And the top of the market, the 50 accounts worth $500,000 each, the complex multi-stakeholder deals. Even Lemkin puts those on our whiteboard and says, no AI needed here. Volume, AI wins. Judgment, human wins. And that line is not moving as fast as the hype claims. And here's the prediction I'm most confident about, because we have seen this exact movie before. Look at what happened to cold email over the last 5 years. Reply rates fell off a cliff. Spam filters got brutal. Google and Yahoo drew hard lines. Keep complaints under 0.1% or you vanish. The channel didn't die, but it got harder, and it punished anyone doing it lazily. AI SDRs are about to walk that same road faster. When every inbox is flooded with machine-written email, the filters start hunting the machine pattern specifically. The guidelines tighten. The privacy laws catch up. California is already letting people mass delete themselves from data brokers, and the human immune system kicks in. Right now, a good AI email that adds value still gets replies, and people don't care much that it's AI. But that is exactly what everyone said about cold email in 2015. The moment this is obviously AI becomes the default assumption, the reply rate follows cold email straight down. And notice, even Lemkin already refuses to blast cold. He only works warm, segmented lists. That's not coincidence. That is the future arriving early. So here's the honest answer. Will AI SDRs replace outbound agencies? They already are. The appointment-setting body shop that sold you meetings booked as a vanity metric while the real pipeline dried up, that agency, that model is finished. But the agency that becomes the layer AI can't run, the targeting, the deliverability, the segmentation, the human who trains and supervises the agents 30 hours a week so you don't have to, that one is getting way more valuable, not less. Even Lemkin, the biggest believer on the planet, basically turned his own team into exactly that. And I'll be straight with you. My agency had to climb up the same stack. The old version of what I do is exactly what's dying. I changed because I read the same forecast I'm giving you. So my specific bet for summer 2027, the pure autonomous cold outreach agencies are mostly gone. And AI SDR tools have consolidated hard, and the agencies still standing charge more than ever because they do two things AI can't: think and take the babysitting off your plate. I run one of these myself, and I just told you which version of my business dies. That's the honest answer. If it was useful, subscribe. We take on one new partner a month, links in the description below, and go watch the AI versus human SDR video next. I'll see you in the summer of 2027.